We all love the A4. In this video, we're going to be going over Project Kahoo and the absolute beast that this project came up with. Real quick, before we dive into this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Only about 9% of my current viewers are subscribed, and we're getting close to 5,000 subscribers. It helps the channel out and means the world to me. So Project Kahoo, this is the A4K. Right now, in-game, we do not have it. The skin I have is a skin for the A4E, which is an Israeli premium. Now, the A4K is what you take when New Zealand gets on absolute crack and takes the existing A4, they don't want to buy the new F4, and during the 80s basically feed the A4 bunch of crack cocaine. So they gave the A4 a glass cockpit, HUD display, HOTAS controls, modern navigation systems, electronic warfare capability, Maverick missile upgrades, so the AGM-65G is capable on this airplane, the Sidewinder missiles, it could carry 4 AIM-9Ls, and the AN APG-66 radar, which is related to the F-16 radar. Now, this is very similar to the Lockheed Martin upgrade to the A4 A RUS, or RU, which was for the upgraded one for not Cuba, but frickin' Argentina. I cannot think of it to save my life. So basically what happened is they took a 1950s aircraft, which is the A4, which saw a lot of mixed success in Vietnam, and just gave a crap ton of upgrades to it. It was very successful. Project Kahoo was incredibly successful. So of course New Zealand did the most logical thing and shut it down in 2001, which is just very tragic. Now, I will note, obviously, the A4 outside of 2, which was that Argentina ones, didn't stay in service past the 2000s, because obviously things got really modern really fast. 5th gen entered service in the next decade, and so it just became very obsolete to have a subsonic low altitude attack aircraft for a lot of these nations, or at least a lot of the nations like it weren't like an A-10 or a Frogfoot that are much faster and carried a lot more ordnance. Now, the A4K was probably, honestly, the third most modern A4 ever. I'd still put it behind the American A4M, and I'd put it behind obviously the AR for Argentina. That thing is just insane. We'll have to make a video on it later. Now, it's one of the coolest military aviation stories, in my opinion, the A4K, because you take a little aircraft, you take New Zealand. New Zealand isn't a nation you'd think of to make a crazy combat aircraft. You think of New Zealand, you think of the wildlife, you think of, the actual, you don't really think of the military. When you do think of the military, you definitely don't think of, oh hey, they just fed A4 a bunch of crack and just called it good, and that's literally exactly what they did. Now, obviously, the reason why you would do something like this is because the A4 already had some of the best low-level bombing capabilities out there. They gave it, more capabilities, and you had yourself a beautiful fleet aircraft. Now, the thing with, why you do that and not just buy the F4 was, one, obviously cost. It's a lot more cost-effective to just slap a bunch of upgrades on an existing and successful platform. And training. If you already have pilots trained in the A4, you just have to get them adapted to the new, obviously it's a whole new cockpit setup. It's very similar to an F-16, but they already have flown the platform, so it's not like they're starting fresh with F4s or they're starting fresh with any other existing aircraft. Now, I will want to note a couple things. Obviously, this won't affect it in War Thunder, because War Thunder doesn't have this modeled, but in real life, this plane's avionics had a terrible issue. Their radar system constantly had failure. The electronic warfare, or not the electronic warfare, but the RWR that they had, I don't have it noted, but I did read it. The suite that it had, which was very similar to an F-16 suite, I believe, it could not, for some reason, pick up any sort of threat beneath the aircraft into the front, which obviously is a major issue. Now, this led to a lot of adaptation for the New Zealand to use the A4K at absolutely only low level, because if you were doing a dive bombing run on like a SAM system and you're at your approach, you're angled down, you're trying to guide in a missile or a Maverick, you can't detect any sort of threat. I do believe they fixed the issue right before it was retired, obviously since it was phased out very fast, but they would use it as a low-level strike platform only. Now, in War Thunder, this would probably be a 10-3 or 10-7 aircraft. Now, the reason for that is, yeah, it can carry the 4 AIM-9Ls, and it also carries the upgraded Mavericks. Now, it doesn't carry a lot of upgraded Mavericks, but it also carries, GBUs and whatnot. So this is one of those aircraft that it's subsonic, it's fun to fly, but it's going to be at a bit of a higher BR because of its weaponry. It carries the same exact 20 millimeters as all the other A4s, maybe the newer variant, but same style of gun. So you're already pretty used to it. I will note that I think if any New Zealand aircraft were to come, this would make the most sense. It's a beautiful plane. I don't remember if we have another New Zealand. I think we have one other. I don't remember where it is. Maybe it's in the U.S. tech tree. I don't actually remember. I didn't get that far in my diving into New Zealand War Thunder stuff because I, quite frankly, just kind of forgot that New Zealand had a military, to be completely honest. Well, I knew they had a military, but just I didn't realize they had a offensive capable one. I guess this is more defense. I don't really know. We actually have family friends that are in the New Zealand military. They flew their modified helicopters. So the Sea Spike, the modified one that they had. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. The A4K, it's a crazy cool aircraft, crazy cool upgrade, crazy cool platform. Love to see it come to the game. Let me know what your thoughts are. Obviously, I had this request from a guy from New Zealand, so I figured, hey, I'll post it, I'll make the content. Why not? It's a cool plane. I love it. I think it'd be a great fit for War Thunder, obviously, because it has all the modern stuff that makes the Skyhawk so fun. If you guys have played the A8, you know what I'm talking about, and Gaijin still hasn't added us any modern Skyhawks. I'm sure they'll come at some point this year. Maybe not the A4K, but at least the A4M. Anyways, if you're not already subscribed, make sure to like button and subscribe. Make sure to join the Discord link down below in the description. And comment down below what other vehicles you guys want to see me cover. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.